Coming up, we are tossing, rubbing, squeezing and balling. But which of these kitchen gadgets is our chef going to like the most?
Most of those by the sounds of it.
Lift the cloth.
Oh, we're in for a treat, Evans. You ready? Wow.
Oof, looks like a squeezer.
It looks like a...
I think you put something in here,
Yeah.
and then you clamp it down, and then you twist it through. Almost like it's going to dock a piece of pastry.
Yeah, I was thinking like rolling stuff out.
Can I give you a clue? It reduces food waste.
Okay, does it seal and clamp shut food bags?
No, it doesn't. Boys, this is the tube squeezer. Squeeze every last drop out of your tubes and reduce waste. Simply insert your tube between the two axes of the dispenser, turn the small key to the side to dispense, squeezing made easy.
It's a toothpaste saver.
And other foods.
And tomato paste. Toothpaste and tomato paste.
Yep.
Is this not a problem that you always have?
I think it is a problem because when you're in the haste of cooking, you generally just tend to squeeze tomato paste or garlic paste or something out of one of those tubes, and it's not necessarily the most efficient because you're just like, I need a tablespoon of that, squeeze. And then when you get to the end of it, then it's not the best looking tube, and then you need a device like this for the last squeeze or two.
Fancy a squeeze?
Yes, please, honey.
Exactly this.
You've squeezed it from the wrong end. The paste is all now mixed up in the tube. Get it out, Jay.
Oh, it's a game changer, Baz.
Look at that.
Oh, wow, that is
Absolute
flat.
game changer.
Nice. Oh, look at the crimping as well.
That is great.
I mean,
crimping.
there is zero waste in this part, and this is now like you've just bought it, brand new.
So if you squeeze it now, will it go back into, or will it?
Is it sealed?
Keep it crimped?
That's sealed.
I've sealed it in.
Sealed that.
That's
that's
quite
good.
good.
Oh, that's impressive. I'm going to say, right, well, we've done that size.
Yeah.
Let's try it on a smaller one.
Oh.
I can confirm, does work left-handed.
It says it's not just for food use. Yes, you can use toothpaste, hand creams.
It's quite big and cumbersome in a small kitchen to fix a solution that's relatively small in the first place. But it does a great job of it.
I mean, look at this.
A great job of it.
This is fairly translucent, and you can see there is hardly any wasabi left in there whatsoever. I couldn't do that by hand.
It's very simple in its, design. It doesn't need to be any more complex. It does the job. I like it.
Have a guess at how much we paid for that.
$14.99.
And if you could save 15 pence worth of tube filling every time and use it 100 times,
Job done.
I'm kind of on board with that at 15 quid.
Well, Jamie, $14.95.
You can keep 4 pence.
Oh, you squeezed me for 4p.
And for that, could you see yourself getting one?
No, still don't need it. But I like it.
Well, this is the question that everyone's desperate to know. Is it a rollout success, or does it leave you feeling flat?
What's weird is it's a rollout success. It absolutely works. And even when it folds flat, it's still too much stuff for my kitchen. Hypothetically, it's a rollout success. I just think because I live in a small flat, it leaves me a bit flat.
It is 100% a rollout success. And what I can't understand is why it still leaves me feeling a little flat.
We don't often come across ones that are genuinely good.
It's brilliant.
Impress us.
Yeah.
And I still don't think I need it.
No.
Next. You love that one? Let's try this one. Lift it.
I got it.
It's a pestle and mortar.
Made of pink Himalayan salt, so you don't have to season your food. Done. I don't like it. Move on.
This is the salt pestle and mortar. Throw in your herbs and spices, crush and grind as normal, except this time your mix will be enhanced by the natural elements and purity of this pestle and mortar, hand carved from Himalayan pink salt.
So what's interesting, it's actually quite a nice shape, size, weight, and I think actually grinding stuff's going to be really quite good. But you can see the salt that's coming off, which would be going to the food and seasoning. You've got no control over how much.
You can't control how much salt you put into your food.
But
and it's disposable. And what's going to last more?
I would do wonder, once you've done the bottom couple of inches, and you've got just a little nub, and presumably this is much deeper,
Yeah.
your nub won't reach the bottom.
No, what?
Well, as this
Boys,
will grind, this will grind down at the same rate that this will grind up.
I hear opinions far too early on in this section. Let's test it. We're making a garlic and parsley butter on your baguettes. So you've got some garlic, some parsley, and some butter. Unsalted, soon to be salted.
Permission to not do parsley and do the other fresh herbs we got on the back.
Yep.
Mint, some basil, and some rosemary, and some
Any fresh
thyme.
herbs will do.
Here's my issue. Your pestle is going to grind up as your mortar grinds down.
Yeah.
So after 100 uses, I've made that number up, it's going to be much deeper and much shorter.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be more difficult.
How long will it take you for that to happen, do you think?
I've got no idea.
Don't worry, Ben, because this pestle mortar can last up to a year.
Up to a year?
Based on how many uses? It doesn't say.
No,
Daily use?
Regular use.
Regular use.
Regular use.
But also, when it does crack and get small and out of use, don't worry, you can grate it over your food.
Oh yeah, that's legit. I don't have a problem with that.
It genuinely says when it breaks, you can just grate it over your
When
food.
you've broken it, do something else with it. It's fine.
I think if you're using it with nuts and the like in a pesto, or you had some, galangal and chili and bits and pieces in there, fine. I get it. Just don't think it's necessary.
Cheers.
Well seasoned?
Yeah,
Lovely.
it works.
Also, you do it the other way around so that the
cook out the
garlic's
garlic,
not raw. Yeah.
We didn't really think that through.
No.
But then neither I think the people who made this.
Now you've grinded away, we should really clean that. But it does say here you can't immerse it in water.
What?
Dissolve, won't it? That does make sense. I mean, there's lots of things we don't wash up entirely. We continue to season over time. However, the adding of oils onto this, if they're oils that could go rancid like a butter, as opposed to maybe an oil, which again we'll do over time.
It feels like this falls straight into a gift market. I've seen it in many shops. And again, it's almost, it looks like a good idea.
It's an ornament, actually. I feel like it's one of those things you'd have but never use, because it looks quite pretty.
We've never had a kitchen gadget that you can eat. We've never had a kitchen gadget that only lasts a year if you use it regularly.
No.
It's now incredibly greasy, and there was a crack in it. And a little bit of herb has got into our crack.
Oh,
and I now can't...
It's like a splinter.
I don't like it, Barry.
Okay, cool. I haven't got to have it yet. How much do you think it's worth?
It's one of those ones that genuinely is not a terrible idea on paper, and then you actually think about it for more than a second, you think that's terrible. 30 quid.
I think we paid £50 for it.
$23.95.
It looks pretty, and as an ornament, a decorative thing, fine. You just can't use it for its given purpose.
I'll ask you the question, but I think I know the answer. Is it a rock solid choice, or does it leave you feeling a bit salty?
I am salty.
Even more than usual. Next one. These videos do better when we get the chef angry, so you're welcome. Next one. First thoughts?
Something to something 5 eggs.
No.
No eggs.
No eggs.
No eggs.
No eggs?
Oh, I thought you just put 5 eggs on there and then you just submerge them in like beetroot
Wait.
juice or something.
Pickles.
Nope. The action, Evers, you were doing there was right. Treat it like a cafetiere.
Is it making something this shape?
No, can't be. It's not plate, not... Also, as you'll
not-
notice,
it's not a tight fit.
not a tight, snug fit against either side. Or do you put it in and then lift it? Do you put it in? This is going to be one of those really stupid ones, isn't it?
This is the meatball maker. Meatball making has never been easier. This tool allows you to create 5 meatballs simultaneously. Simply put minced meat into the meatball maker, press it with the press, then rotate it to shape the meatball.
Okay, yeah. Do you know what? That doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
No, the first line. Making meatballs has never been easier. Yeah. No, never been easier.
But if that's full of your mincemeat and you push it down to get a blob to extrude, well, you said extrude it through like Play-Doh,
Yeah.
and I thought, don't be so silly. But that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And then twist it to twist off the...
Pinch it off.
And then as you go like that, they shape into balls. I'm here for it.
Should we meatball away?
Meatball time.
Okay, you ready? Steady. Ball off. Oh. Go on, Jay. Go on, Jay. Oh. Oh, no.
I've broken it!
Jamie! Oh no, it's the suction. Oh no.
Barry!
Go again.
Stop the clock. 5 balls.
Now I know what you're thinking. The fun doesn't stop at just meatballs. You can also do fish balls, cake mixes, all types of balls.
Barry, there is no way to get my balls out! So we've gone for the mince, but with water and corn flour in it. So it's a bit more of like the Chinese meatball kind
so
of
blended up
consistency.
loads. So
Like the
therefore it should be softer.
like the bakso we had on the Global Street Food. It's pulverised and pounded.
Let's try again then.
And twist.
Oh,
Oh, I think you've over a little bit too much.
no more messy hands.
Right, that was definitely an improvement, but we're not there yet.
That's good. The twist has got to be to a point where it doesn't just twist, it also stops this happening. Because in my head, you could then put that into boiling water and your 5 balls on top would just like float off. However, that's not going to work. Bin it, roll it by hand. Next. We should address that when you mentioned fish balls as well, that's what made us think possibly sort of Chinese fish balls, pounded white fish or shrimp balls. A meatball style we're as familiar with. You can do it with your hand where you just kind of squeeze it off, almost like a tube of toothpaste and just flick it into boiling water. It's a very different style to one that you would then sear off in a pan and have rolling around in a pan with some olive oil to get some colour on it.
I feel like we're giving it a fairer test
Giving
now
it a couple
on
of
2
chances.
very different types of meatballs.
And I'm sure that if you had the right mix and the right ratios, maybe it would work if it came with a recipe. Because I'm sure there's videos online of it being demonstrated and it works absolutely fine. It's not worked for us.
How much do you think we paid for the meatball maker?
$9.99.
$8.99.
$13.99.
It needs some experimentation and some recipe development, because I think if the meat mix is correct, then 1 push, 1 twist and into water, 1 push, 1 twist and into water, 1 push, 1 twist and into water, 15 meatballs in 10 seconds. It must work, just not as we intended with Italian-style meatballs. Use your mitts.
You want it to work, don't you?
We completely slated that dolma maker because we couldn't get it to work out the box first attempt. And then I saw a video of an entire factory of people lined up using them perfectly well.
Yeah.
So I don't want to slate it off because we haven't had chance to test and develop it. But what it doesn't do is what we thought it would do out of the box.
Having said all that, there's only one question people want to know. Is it a baller move or just a load of ball?
It's just a load of ball.
It's a load of ball at the moment.
And the last one? Boys, we've got a big one.
I'm excited because we had a lot of fun with the dosa maker. We had even more fun with the roti maker. And this looks of that contraption.
Ooh.
That's very heavy, very sturdy. Whatever it is, it spins as well as...
Spins it?
There's a flame in here, which means that gets hot. So it's a saucepan. Oh yeah, look, there's a little wheel there. So whatever it is going to...
Spin and heat. It's an automatic wok.
You might have it. You've heard of AI, but this is the IA, stir-frying machine. Intelligent automatic stir-frying machine. Elevate your life. With its 3D omnidirectional electromagnetic heating technology, you can make the perfect soup, stews, or stir-fries. You'll never have to stir again thanks to the innovative auto-rotation roller design. Should we make a stir-fry?
Let's make a stir fry.
Yeah, a few months ago, I was at the Excel for a food expo, and they had lots of other smaller expos kind of latched onto it, like the International Pub Marketing Show, the International Forecourt Garage Show, like really, really niche for those industries. And they had one of these that you could have got in yourself. It was huge for doing exactly that, large volume stir fry for things like airline catering.
Oh, wow, okay.
Interesting.
Right, let's get cooking.
So, turn it on. You're going to tilt it forwards. Function, stir fry. You can hear it's heating up. Power, we've got 1, 2, or 3. Should we go for 3?
For stir fry, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Minutes, 5.
5.
Let's try.
Yeah, and it's rotating.
It's getting hot.
Oh, that is getting hot very quickly.
Splash of oil.
So you don't think we need the lid if we're doing the rice cooker function or the sous vide
Or
function?
the sous vide. So it can do very accurate, one would presume, sous vide or rice cooking temperatures in with all of our mixed stir fry veg.
Is it hot enough?
Top.
It's hot enough.
Yeah.
It's hot enough.
Good.
then we might have needed more than 5 minutes because we put quite a lot of veg in it, but hey ho.
I've seen a few gadgets that we can't afford to buy that are the automatic cooking ones, which are essentially dropping foods at different times into something very similar.
Like a bread maker.
Yeah,
That does the first prove and then throws in the nuts and seeds later on the second prove. I liked it. It's definitely one of the ones you could put on and forget it and walk away and leave it, which you couldn't do with a stir fry. But I'm already bored of it because if it was a stir fry, I'd have it done by now.
Okay.
Because you can get a wok hotter, even on one of these. Try and trap in some heat, see if that makes any difference. But I think that's just going to end up sort of steaming the veg
rather than frying it.
Noodles in.
I'm not going to overload it with noodles. It's going to be a veg-heavy stir fry, but
Out of interest, does it have a place in your kitchen?
It's big,
isn't
it?
It's
definitely a commitment.
it's the same as every other appliance. The question is, I think, and we're only testing one thing, if it also sous vides, is a rice cooker, and what was that? I can't remember what the fourth one was, but if it does all four, and you've already got a machine for each of those, then it's taking up that same space that all of those are and doing the job. Just come with it.
That comes with it.
Oh. Noodles are all stuck together.
It's again another one of those gadgets where the marketing pulls you in going, that's a problem I have, I need that solved.
And the marketing is the promise of the job that it's going to do for you and the problems that it's going to solve.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't do it, I think that's what leads to the disappointment.
Yeah.
I think like the meatball maker, it would probably work pretty damn well when you absolutely nail what to put in it. Basically, all these noodles are just stuck together and it's not really tossing them. So maybe this noodle wasn't the best choice, but it doesn't steer you on which one to use. So straight out of the box, we've tried it with this, and it's difficult. But you can see the steam, the heat, it's cooking it.
Yeah.
There's some char on some of the cabbagey bits.
Let's for a second pretend it worked amazingly. How much easier is it making your life?
Well, it's hands-free.
It's hands-free stir-fry cooking,
Yeah.
which is going to save you time and effort. So from that perspective, yes.
My summary is it's not very good because it didn't get hot enough to get that wonderful char that we love off of a wok. It's the reason, to be honest, that I don't do much wok stir fry at home. Rather than get an average result using an induction hob or an electric hob, I don't bother. That's giving an average result in a passive way off a machine that's using worktop. I wouldn't bother.
Price?
210.
100.
Fabulous. £212.
£212.
You'd expect it to be phenomenal, wouldn't you?
I don't like hating on these things because somebody's put so much time and effort into looking at it, and ultimately, if you can't stir fry, then this gets you close. My ultimate conclusion on all of these, it doesn't matter how much it costs. If it does a good job, it's worth getting. Price is almost irrelevant if you do a good job. Unfortunately, it didn't.
The question is the stir fry machine pot top of the pots or just a pot of trouble?
I think it's a pot of trouble. And I wish it was better and I was excited for it. It's just not.
I can't get over how much it is and do the results that it gives. No, it's a pot of trouble.
Well, that's what they think, but what do you think? Did you like any of these? Please comment down below, let us know. Also, more gadget ideas you keep sending to us, we won't stop making them.